Good morning, my dear children. Today we are going to study Geography Chapter 5 Water. What comes to your mind when you hear the word water? So, obviously, a glass of water which we drink, the water we take for bath, the water we see in the rivers, the lakes, the ponds, and the seas, everywhere. Water is everywhere. To drink, water is a daily meal of every human beings or every living beings to survive. So, where are we getting this water from? 3 by 4th or the 70 percentage of Earth's surface is covered by water. So that's the reason why Earth is called as the blue planet. When you look into the image of Earth, you will be able to see the color blue is really dominant. Reason why the color blue is because it is 71 percentage of Earth's atmosphere is surface is covered by water. Only the 29 percentage of land mass that are we using. So that's the reason why the only planet in this world which we have seen water is there, and that's why the earth is called as blue planet. Water cycle. The sun's heat causes evaporation of water vapor. When the water vapor cools down, it condenses and forms clouds. From there, it may fall on the land or sea in the form of rain, snow, or sleet. Normally, the water that we all get is from the rain. So, where is this rain coming from? Basically, water is there in our earth itself. If it is a sunny day, sun will evaporate that water from the earth and it goes up, and if it get condensed, then it forms as clouds. Those condensed water will be forms clouds, that vapor will be formed in clouds, and then it will be coming down to the earth in the form of rain. The process by which water changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmosphere, and land is known as the water cycle. So, water cycle normally the water that we have in the land, in the earth, is going to the atmosphere in the form of vapor, and it again is coming back to the land in the form of rain or snow. This process is known as water cycle. So, next, evaporation. It is the process through which water turns into vapor. Next process is condensation. It is the process in which water vapor turns into water droplets. So, after evaporating is water form into clouds. That formation of water vapor into clouds, water droplets or clouds is known as water droplets. The last one is precipitation. Falling of moisture in the form of rainfall, snow, sleet, and hailstone is known as precipitation. So, when a cloud is having water in it, it will fall in the form of rainfall, snow, sleet, or hailstorm. This process is known as precipitation. Water cycle is the combination of these three processes: evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. So, if you look into the image, you will be able to understand water, evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Next, distribution of water on the earth. Water is very important for our survival. It continuously changes its form and circulates between oceans and atmosphere. Normally, we get fresh water from the rivers, ponds, springs, and glaciers. The ocean bodies and the seas contain salty water. In oceans and seas, it contains salty water, which we can't use for our drinking purpose. Three-fourths of the Earth's surface is covered by water. But all the water on Earth is not available to us. 97.3% of water is saline or salty, found in oceans and seas. Only 3% is fresh water. Its 3% is available to us, which we use in our daily life. Many countries are facing water scarcity due to this fact. What is available is also not fit for drinking because it is polluted badly due to a variety of reasons. So, children, don't waste water. Water is precious in the world. Next, ocean circulation. Unlike the calm water of ponds and lakes, ocean water keeps moving continuously. The movements which occur in oceans are of three types. There are three types of movements in ocean. First type is waves, second type is tides, and third type is currents. So, whenever we go to a seashore, we will be able to see water coming to us and going back. These movement of water in seas and oceans are called as waves. When the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, it will come once, it will go back. These are called as waves. During stormy weather, huge waves are formed. These waves are very strong and can cause heavy destruction. An earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or underwater landslides can shift large amounts of ocean water. As a result, huge tidal waves may be formed, which is called tsunami. Tsunami in South and Southeast Asian coast had caused havoc in December 2004. Next, tides. There is a difference between waves and tides. Tides are the rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water which occur twice in a day. It is high tide when water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level. Normally, there is one type of tide known as high tide. In that thing, most of the shore will be, the water will be coming, most of the shore, and the water will be the highest level. And it will be low tide when water flows lowest level. Suppose think that high tide water will be go into the 10 meters of length and in low tide water will be go into the 1 meter length and water falls to its lowest level and recedes from the shore. During the full moon and new moon days, the sun and the moon and the earth are in the same line and the tides are highest. So, two types of days, the full moon and new moon days. Sun, earth and moon will be coming in the same line. At that time, the tides will be the highest level. These types of tides are called as spring tides. So the next type of tide is neap tides. When the moon is in its first and last quarter, the ocean waters get drawn in diagonally opposite directions by the gravitational pull of sun and earth, resulting in low tides. These tides are called neap tides. High tides always help in navigation. They raise the water level close to the shores. This helps the ships to arrive at the harbor more easily. The high tides also help in fishing. Many more fish come closer to the shore during the high tide. This enables fishermen to get a plentiful catch. The rise and fall of water due to tides is being used to generate electricity in some places. Next, ocean currents. Ocean currents are streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in definite directions. The ocean currents may be warm or cold. The Labrador Ocean Current is cold current, while the Gulf Stream is a warm current. The areas where the warm and cold currents meet provide the best fishing grounds of the world. So, when you want to go for fishing in an ocean where there will be both warm and cold currents meet together, and places will be best for fishing. Okay, so I hope you understood the chapter. Thank you.